That's all. There have been some hunting experiences. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. See that, right? Everything's conference for me.
She's like, in my car, but I know that.
It's
Appointment.
you want me to make it up? So you're not too.
Can you look and see the wall? Can't change it all.
I mean, once.
She's like, so.
Bob.
I was literally.
A friend of mine lives down in Holly Island, and after the hurricane came through, he sent me a picture. He said, "This is in my backyard," and it was an 8-foot gator. I said, "When do you come in for the hurricane?" Yeah.
Never had.
You want to? Oh.
The alligator that Hey, how are you?
Good.
Oh, no, I don't have. Oh, I take the win.
Yeah.
Everybody, we do gift card, gift card, free transaction. What am I missing? Yeah.
We can get it at.
Did you get the gift card?
I was in St. Bernard Parish.
Already you got it.
Yeah. Somebody was.
Need to have that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like.
Okay.
He like.
Aaron, Brian, or.
You guys lost?
Yeah. You guys have.
Yeah.
The trolley here? Yeah.
I wanna do what I was talking about.
Nobody said it.
It's like to go.
I was like, we didn't. Right, we don't. So. I've got 10:59.
So,
You have no reason to be
Great.
Well, I'm nervous, excited, adrenaline, I'll get this fun, right? I shake before I do that trick.
Well, they pulled her up to do strip role play in front of 80 people.
Oh my gosh, it was a blast. It was amazing. I got to be the recruitee, so I didn't have to work hard. I just got to answer questions. It was fun.
Oh, it's not that.
How many people do you think were there?
I think about 80.
So much space for 40 minutes, like, I don't know. We built the room.
Yeah, maybe 100.
How are you? All right, so my plan did not work. I was trying to get more people in the front row. I'm gonna have to take all the chairs off the back wall. Yeah, I'm just gonna move the front row to the back row. How about that? Special effect.
There, Larry will sit on the front row.
Jim will come sit on the front row. Thank you. All right, I think we're ready to start. You ready? Dave, are we recording? We're good?
Yes, we are.
Watch that keyboard, it's a little sensitive.
I know, don't I just hit the button?
Now, there's the arrow.
Don't worry, guys, I'm totally prepared. That's fine, we'll start right now. Did you hit the arrow? Did you
Yeah, you hit the word arrow right there.
Line one.
Okay, so if you'll rise, we'll say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We want to start with some thank yous, some gratefulness, some bucketfuls. I'll go first. So, I am grateful for all of you for being here, for being in person, for being involved. And for any of my Zoomies, you had any Zoomies on today? I think Roxanne said she was going to join virtual, so it means a lot to me. I appreciate your support. My promise to all of you is to help you grow your businesses, to be your biggest cheerleader, to be your biggest supporter, to be your go-to person. So I'm here for you. I come from a place of service. The position says team leader. I like to say team cheerleader, team supporter. I'm your team. So please call me, utilize me. I'm here for you. I'm also currently the tech trainer. So you can find me upstairs in the tech training office. If you need help with commands, I worked with Katie pretty closely, so I know my way through commands pretty well, and I'm happy to help with all of that as well. But my thankful is to Ryan and Rachel for trusting me with this position and for trusting me with all of you. Thank you for the opportunity.
I want to say thank you to Rachel for helping me out the opportunity with the Maryland license, typical license. We know that was hell, but we got it done. Ryan Miller for hooking me up, getting that great listing presentation, getting taken care of. That's going great. And then Aaron with this red line opportunity. It's going great. We got 4 showings and it's going great. So as well. So thank you all. Thank you guys for everything.
Anybody from the Tolly team?
Oh. Wow. I'm grateful for Lindsay allowing me to breathe again.
Sounds like a story.
Just takes a while.
Can we get one more grateful?
I'm grateful to be back at KW.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you back at KW.
And on a cool new team. Duh.
Yeah.
That went without today.
Well, welcome back. Thank you. The bucket for your business card or a sheet of paper with your name on it to win at the end is up here. So come on up, throw it in there when you're ready. October birthdays. Alberta is here. Happy birthday, Alberta. Anybody else here? Jennifer, happy birthday. And welcome back. Ooh, lots to celebrate today. Anybody? You guys can come on in. We've got a couple of chairs over here. One up front. Our October anniversary. The pro coach up there, our great Dane, he's here today. Be sure to say hi to him. And happy anniversary. And Crystal, April, Maria, and Mary. Like to see that longevity. These are our new faces you'll be seeing in the York and Hanover offices. So we welcome everybody back and to the Keystone family. Does anybody know anybody up here? Is anybody here that I know? All right, our belief system. Let's shut them out. What do they got?
Win-win or no deal.
Integrity, do the right thing.
Customers would always come first.
Commitment in all. Communication, seek first to understand.
Equity opportunities for all.
Creativity, ideas before results.
Teamwork, together everyone achieves more.
Trust starts with honesty.
All right, and success results through people. So all of my success will be through all of you guys. So I'm really excited to work with you. We're gonna grow. I'm gonna drive that home. Don't you worry, I'll get it by the end. Okay, our top producers, a round of applause. Debbie takes the #1 spot, 1.6. Congratulations.
Paola said she's running like 5 minutes late.
We'll all have to stand and clap when she comes in. Rounding out our individual top producers, we have Jeff Smith, Lori Hawkinson, who was here earlier, and then Nada. So if you see them, say congratulations. And then for our top teams volume, Colby and Neil, the Liz Hamburger team, Kate on the board again. David on board, and Christy and Nicole. And as far as units go, Paola took home the top prize with 5. Jeff had 4, Debbie with 3, which is a great turnaround, Debbie. Lori also had 3, and so did Nate. And our top 5 teams, Colby and Neil with 20 units sold, Liz right behind with 18. Kate with an awesome 9, tied David for 9 as well, and then the Lane Fresh team with 8. Chambersburg. Is anybody from Colby and Neil's team here? We'll nail those out. We have 2 graduates from our coaching program. So I want to recognize Justin Holler and Juan.
Is one here?
He just left, I just said.
Well, you get a high five in the Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very proud of you. So Greg is our productivity coach, our pro coach, and we're bringing more people into that program and really looking for dedicated, committed individuals who are going to show up to trainings, like I know Juan did, and first time on the leaderboard, Debbie, like first time and you killed it, and Paola as well.
So Debbie.
So RAYAC, is having some events, our big company, the big annual meeting is coming up. I will, okay, Tina,
Yeah.
Tina's got the list.
Leverage.
Tina knows if you have signed up or not. So-
There's only 13 of us that have signed up. It is free for the annual meeting. You will get a delicious breakfast. And if you can come and find your name on this little sheet and put a little check by it that you will attend, Sean will sign you up. So you don't even have to go into your portal. All
See
you
how
have to
easy
do
we're making it?
is
all about
find your little name right here. And if for some bizarre reason you do not want to physically go and have a yummy breakfast with all of your colleagues at the Wyndham, please go onto your portal and vote. We now can do electronic voting for the board, and so there are 5 candidates. One of whom is sitting in this room, Miss Carmen. So there are 4 slots available for 5 people running. So please, 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 we do not have quorum yet. It really does only take 5 minutes. So go into your RAYAC portal, click, and then
Great. Everybody go vote for Carmen. Thank you. I will tell you, like, when Tina brought me the list, I was like, is my name on there? I said, yes, right? I really meant to do that. So,
It is.
and I did. So I was like.
Last year, I think we had 30 people. So I'd like to see it.
Yeah. And we won a lot of the drawings last
We won
year.
4 of the
Because, you know,
5.
KW is
Yeah.
lucky because it's the best program. So. Any questions about the meeting? It's a great place to, again, grow, network, be a part of our community. We definitely want to show up. Tomorrow is the homeless outreach program. I'll be there. Who else is going? Kristen's going, Alberta's going, you're going. Okay, great. So we have a nice crowd going. And then also the members event is November 16th at the Country Club of York. Yes.
9 to 2 is for the guests, so that's actually for the homeless individuals. If you're volunteering, we'd like you to be there at 8. So you can get set up in your position and get assigned to whatever you're going to do. You don't have to stay the whole day if you can't, but it is a really worthwhile event. We're expecting between 300 and 350 guests. And it is a very overwhelming experience. You will have breakfast opportunities, you will have lunch opportunities, wear comfy shoes, wear red, which is awesome because KW will have.
Wear your red day shirt if you've got it.
But that way we can identify the realtors. You can obviously wear jeans and t-shirts and tennies, but you know, if you can wear a red top tomorrow, if you're coming, that would be very helpful. Parking is very limited. So the Open Door is doing shuttles. If you have questions, just see somebody.
If you have questions, text Tina. Okay. Upcoming events, Ignite is still going on and we're gonna have Alberta talk a little bit about that. Deal Talk is just a weekly event we do in the office. So if you have deals going on and you want to talk to other agents about them, it's a great opportunity to come in and just kind of talk and see what your colleagues are doing. If you're looking for a particular type of help. So we're trying to get that kind of up and running, moving a little bit more. K-Score, there's a mastermind for K-Score, and Train the Trainer, which I'll be doing at some point in time, but not quite yet. RAYAC is having designer bag bingo.
Back to me. We are almost there. We have 4 more $150 sponsorships that we are looking for the designer bag and it's already all been purchased. All the $250 handbags have already been purchased. So if anybody would like to sponsor a handbag, let me know. We have 4 availabilities left. We are also looking for a couple of warm bodies who would like to attend the event. And you can be Vanna White and carry the bags around. You can work in the kitchen or you can have a bingo caller, but somebody who can assist with being a runner. So doors open at 11, bingo starts at 1. It is a fun event. And again, all the proceeds from this event go to support housing charities in York and Adams County.
And that's a Sunday, October 30th. This is Sunday this year. We have some leadership opportunities coming up, so I'm gonna take a minute and just talk about that. Does anybody want to share what the ALC is? Would anybody like me to explain what the ALC is? Okay. So the ALC is the Agent Leadership Council. If you want to get more involved in leadership opportunities, not only here at KW Keystone, but also in our region, this is your starting point. We are looking for our top producers to be a part of the ALC. The ALC has been responsible for our amazing holiday party that's coming up, working on the homeless outreach project, the food drive, the productivity team created the badges that we all get now for the silver circle, the gold circle, and the diamond circle. So really, the ALC is a place where we come to lift our market center up and help grow it, move it to the next level. It is a huge leadership opportunity. This year, we're gonna really, in 2023, focus on taking our ALC members and helping them grow their businesses so they can be the examples in the office on how to run a successful, profitable business. So if you are interested, please come and see me. I'm looking for 10 people across York, Hanover, Chambersburg, Gettysburg, and Dillsburg. Okay. Any questions for me? Okay, so we're picking like by next week, just in time to do that. And the ALC clinic is November 17th, which we'll all be going to. The ALC is really an exciting place to be. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't on the ALC, so definitely take it serious. Okay, the food truck, did you guys see how much food the York office has brought in out there? Pretty round of applause, pretty exciting. Gettysburg has like a whole cute table set up with flowers and lights, but they don't have as much food as we have.
He has a question about the ALC.
I'm just curious, like, what are some of the benefits of covering for us in the community, like in general?
So from a community standpoint, from a KW standpoint, it puts you in front of the region, like that's kind of the next level. So pulling you outside of just our market center in York, into the region and getting involved in some of those regional events. The ALC is just like anything else. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. But really our big push this year is to grow. And so we're going to focus on growing our ALC, the businesses on the ALC first, and then we'll expand from there. So your biggest would be additional learning opportunities, trainers, that kind of thing.
Thank you for answering my question.
Thank you for asking.
Can we go back to the calendar for just 1 second? Can I add a couple of things? I just want to add a couple of little things. Registration is open now for Triple Play, so anybody who wants to go to the Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey joint convention, it's in Atlantic City, December 5th through 7th for $89 of a registration. You can get all your continuing ed done for the next cycle. So that's pretty awesome. Do some networking.
And
some
KW will be there. KW DEI, our equities development group, has a booth there this
And
year.
there's always fun parties. Cheryl Ross does a great thing. All the local banks and all the national banks do stuff. PAR on November 2nd is hosting a book club discussion, The Color of Money. I just finished this book, Black Banking and the Racial Issues that have plagued our banking industry over the last couple of 100 years. This is a great read. On the 2nd of November, that is free. You just have to sign up and it's going to be via Zoom. So you can talk to other folks about that. The translation of the consumer guide to the agreement of sale is now available in Spanish. So any Spanish speaking clients you have, you can now give them that document. We have not translated, we as in PAR has not translated documents yet, but they have done the explanation to the agreement of sale. The next item they're going to be doing in translation is the seller's disclosure in Spanish. We talked about the annual meeting, we talked about that. And then for any folks that sell a lot in Adams County or are interested in the stats, there's one item that is going to be added to the calendar on November 29th. Shauna Taroso, our AE, is doing an Adams County State of the Market at the Gettysburg Hotel. It is free. but she will go over, what's going on over in Adams County. So if anybody,
Yeah, we'll get that out to our Gettysburg office. We always have a lot of opportunities here. KW is a firm believer in training. So we will continue to have training opportunities. One of the things that I have been asked for through my one-on-ones and introduction is a contract class. So Peter Root, who is a lawyer at Stockton Leader and represents RAYAC as well, is coming to our office on November 15th from 2 to 3:30 just to talk about contracts. So bring your questions, bring your issues, bring all of that stuff. I am happy to host trainings, do trainings, and be a part of trainings, as long as you all show up. So when we don't have people show up, then it's really hard to get jazzed about them. So we're gonna switch and kind of move them to the afternoon and see if we can get a better turnout. But this is huge, and if you call and ask me a contract question, the first thing I'm gonna ask you is if you went to Peter Root's class. So just so you know. Okay, talked about the food drive. We have our potluck coming up November 10th. I think we got the turkeys under control, so everybody else just wants to bring a side dish. Kristen, did you have anything to add? Sure.
It will be coming out shortly, so please just go on. It's gonna be a punch bowl, I believe. And so you'll be able to go on and fill out what you'd be willing to bring as a side dish and hang out. I think we'll play some cornhole outside.
So the last time we did this was at our old office on Queen Street. And we had so many people and so much food. Do you remember this, Jeremy? We literally wrapped around the hallways, like back in, and there was like, we all stood with our turkey because there was like no place to sit. I think like 8 of us ended up like squished on that little gray couch. So, so it's really awesome that we have this huge room. We have the huge lunchroom. We have a really great space. We can push out into the lobby. It should be a really awesome, fun event with elbow room this year. I'm excited about that. Okay, Friday, December 9th, is our holiday party. The Yorktown Hotel is just being redone, and fingers crossed that's all the way finished. But it should be a great time. There are a block of rooms saved for anybody who wants to stay the night and doesn't want to worry about Uber driving and so forth. But you have to book like by November 9th. So to get the discounted rate of like $159, I believe.
And that's like super discounted once
Mhm.
the rooms are actually much more than that, so. Grab a room.
So take advantage. Any questions about the holiday party? We'll have a DJ for anybody. Where are my bold friends? What do I like to do?
Party.
I love to party, so I'll be there. Brian and I, like Brian's my husband, I'll talk about him a lot, and my three kids. We love to dance, so we definitely got it. We have a DJ, right? That's okay. So that's it. Totally there. You can find us on the dance floor. I dance with anybody. Fine. And so does Brian. In fact, sometimes I make him go dance with people. The Keller School of Real Estate, if you guys have anybody who's interested in joining that, I got some great ideas at the leadership conference Monday and Tuesday to branch this out to our local colleges. So if you have any contacts at the local universities here where we could promote our free real estate school, call it a Keller Williams Scholarship, I would love to talk to you and kind of get that ball rolling. But yeah,
Your college, one of those?
Yeah.
Awesome. I can get you.
awesome, fantastic. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
He's a best speaker, he's not.
I know, I recognize his picture. Like, there's one page at the bottom. You want to try and literally, or up front. Come up front and check. So we did talk about the ALC a little bit. We have different task force. If you are interested in growth and development, culture, productivity, and profitability, which means we try and grow the profit and not spend the money, except Pete and I really like to spend the money. So we've been spending the money. So now we got to grow the profit. And then our technology and education classes. So come join us. They're fun meetings. We get a lot done and they're short. Right, Alberto, come join us.
going on, guys? You might know me as the whole 9 yards guy or the Patron guy or whatever, the whole 9 yards guy, but. Guys, this was a great, amazing opportunity for me, not only me, but also representing KW as like growth. You know, it took hard work to get on that program. Not only did I just get in it, I did it. You know, I'm not in it to BS and I'm here. I took it, I listened to it, I slept with it, I took the whole thing. At the end of the day, it was a great program, the Ignite program, because, you know, it lets in just not speak to you guys, agents here from this region, but all around from New Jersey, Delaware, Philly. And when we went to the Gene River State, these guys are talking to me, touching my back, like, hey, what's up? Like, hey, I saw you on that Ignite program, blah, blah, blah. Like simple stuff like that helped me grow my business, not only financially, mentally, physically, and pushing the next generation, like Adam, Matt, on board with there, Gavin, you know, I love the hustle, I love the generation gap, you know, all of us, you know, whether it came from family, friends sphere, but my business just came mostly from social media. You know, my friends know that, my house, but social media is a big sphere of influence for me. And at the end of the day, I think it was a great program because you just have to network, you have to get things for free as well, because who doesn't love free things? And but yeah, it's pretty much about it. I mean, I was very unfortunate some of the agents couldn't make it, but I see there was, you know, also the shift class as well. But maybe next year, if you guys definitely could attend and, you know, help support me as well, that'd be great. But we all live a busy schedule. We're married, we have kids and this house and stuff like that, you know. I'm not married nor kids, not that part yet, but we get it. We all have a busy lifestyle, but at the end of the day, I'm very fortunate. And like I said, again, so do you guys have any questions at all? I mean, we're in that shift right now, and at the end of the day, some of you guys that are listening, you guys can just sit back, collect the, you know, fires. But now we're in that shift, you know. I seen it, you know, at the end of the day for me, it was just social media, just like people. I mean, you guys get any tips on social media or anything, or questions, concerns, or you guys good?
What type of social media?
Everything, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, there's my new one, WeChat.
WeChat.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese app, you know, people get on it, it's still local around the area, you know. I love to expand my horizon. YouTube Shorts, YouTube is big, you know. I just literally did like a 30-second YouTube short and it already got like 20K views. It was just literally me lifting a weight, thanking this guy. That was it. And it's all organic views too. I don't pay for Facebook ads. I don't do any of that stuff. There's no point of doing that because at the end of the day, they see you. I'm the same guy, whether it's behind the camera or in person. So I'm not that guy. Let me get it. So, yeah. And just wanna say that. Oh, so man.
Are you doing a lot of outbound messages to your followers saying, hey, what's up? You ever thinking about buying a house? Or
And that's the
is it
next
more
thing for the next month.
You
Do it on.
post and then they reach out to you.
Exactly. I mean, that's the next big thing too. I don't want to sound like a big financial guy. Like I don't have the license and stuff. But it sounds great saying it in Spanish too, you know, mixing it up too and showing real life testimonials. Because I get it. You got to take a picture of your clients. Yeah, it's a good house. But the video I did yesterday, you can look at their face. They're just like, holy shit, I bought a house 21, 22. Like their face and their reaction looks more better than thinking of a person. That's just my opinion. But Amanda was there. You saw that, right, Amanda? They're looking there. Holy shit, I bought a house. I'm super excited. And I'm just like, let's go. Congratulations. But here's your Patron box. So don't live in it.
I'll buy a house from you right now.
All right. And then, yeah, just learning and like, I did my first auction deal. I did my first, it's just like with social media, like I just continue to love to learn and grow, whether it don't matter to me, you be a team leader, team member, but at the end of the day, I care about your heart. Whether the business is gonna go to the table, that's what I care about the most. I don't worry. At the end of the day, we all want to get paid. We want the buyer to be happy, we want the seller to get the check, and then as agents or realtor, whoever you call yourself, we're all happy, you know. Everyone has different mindset. I can't read everyone's mind right now. Some of us are hungry or starving. They want that pizza down the road. So. But no, yeah, that's about it. And congratulations for what's ahead. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
So if you're interested in opportunities like that, where you get to be a speaker for a regional call like Ignite, come in and see me. Ryan, Rachel, and I can get you connected with the right people. Okay, Andrew, before I bring you up, Paola, we just wanted to say congratulations.
You just want to speak.
I will be using for Paola. There you go, it's your individuals. Congratulations. All right, Andrew.
All right, what area? Left? Right?
Do you want me to be your? You did say.
Good.
Sure.
You can keep it a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So wow, right? 7% rates, like, who the hell would have thought we would have got here? Well, I think it was like January, it was like 3, you know? The only thing.
In July.
Yeah, the only thing that's like super evident, and I think everybody, if you don't know this, you should know this. Wall Street always gets bailed out first. So one thing you gotta know, and that's what we're experiencing right now. Rates are high, they're trying to control inflation by raising rates. So the mortgage market's taking a bath, which means the housing market's taking a bath. Housing is always number 2. So now we gotta figure it out, you know, we gotta keep selling, gotta keep looking at new strategies to sell. If you look at this, and I'll keep coming back to these as we meet periodically, because these charts show a lot of information about things that you can, you know, talk with your buyers and sellers about. The one great thing about our market in New York is it's always like one of the last to kind of hit a trend, you know what I mean? So for everybody in here, you could see the market shifting for probably 6-9 months. You know what I mean? Like you could see it coming. I think we're just kind of now getting to that point where the market's like kind of starting to take that hard turn finally. And like inventory is sitting. You know, I talked to a couple people in the room yesterday and I said, do you have any houses that have been sitting? Those people said they have 1, maybe 2. You know what I mean? So if you look at average sale prices of homes, right, over, I think this goes back to like 1960 something, right? They traditionally always go up. These gray lines on here, they are recessions, okay? And if you look historically, real estate has always been, with the exception of 2007 to 9, probably one of the safest investments. I don't know about you guys, but I probably took like a 20% bath on my 401k this year. You know, it's been pretty painful. So I think, you know, the one thing that I've taken away is like, as agents, you know, if you roll back to last year, this time, I mean, I think you were probably writing, you know, you would have to show 15 people a house to get one under contract, you know? Now you're showing 2, maybe 3 a house to get somebody under contract, like 2 buyers working 2-3 buyers to get somebody under contract. So for me, it feels like you're working smarter. You know what I mean? You're in that time where like you're working smarter. There's like, you're not having to run yourself ragged. I feel like last year it was like a lot of busy work. You know what I mean? Like it was a numbers game. And I think like as we roll into this next year, you're going to be working smarter. I think right now, like you're going to have to do some selling with your clients. You know, what I call pencil selling. If you get a chance to be in front of them, like you need to run through numbers, why you have them, why they're captive, why you have their attention. Not every buyer is going to be willing to come meet you at the office. So you need to have a plan when you enter into that showing or that listing appointment, talking about the things. I feel like if you want to be, you know, a pivotal person in your industry, you need to not only be able to walk people through it, but show them factual data. This is factual data. So I'm going to walk you through a couple things and some strategies you can use with buyers and sellers right now. Some people in here I've already talked to about it a little bit. But let me walk you through this chart. So when you look at this average sales price, every recession, most years, it's always stable. You run into this one, you got a decline. Right here, you got a decline. That was COVID. You guys shouldn't show houses, right? You weren't allowed to show houses. So you're going to have a decline. Can't show a house, can't sell it, right? Moving forward, rates. If you look at the end of every recession, rates fall, rates fall, rates fall, rates fall, 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 fall. Every single one, they fall, okay? So if I'm talking to my clients right now, how many people have heard, I'm gonna wait till rates come down? Everybody in this room, right? So what we're doing now as a way to try to have some dialogue with people is the new conversation has been talking about interest rate buy downs, where you can go in and seek a little bit of seller assistance, maybe 2-3%, right? This scenario, it's a $225,000 house. You would need to get $5,300 in seller help to fund a buy down where that buyer would get a 2% interest rate discount the first 12 months. The second 12 months, they would get a 1% interest rate discount. So if you're looking at the payment difference, they're walking in, this would be their payment if they just did like a straight up 30-year loan at 7.25, but they're getting this. It's almost $300 less. The second year, they're getting $150 off. This is an excellent strategy to use with not only buyers, but with sellers that have overpriced listings. Your buyers that are like super duper price conscious, the people that are exiting because they're waiting for rates to fall. You know, the conversation goes back to that chart I was showing you. Home prices have been stable, right? They've continuously been stable. Send them the data. Let them look at it for themselves. Bring when you're going to that first showing with somebody or a showing, bring the information to them, show it to them on paper. What I'm going to do with all this is I'm going to put it in the Facebook page. So you have access to it. You can print it out. You can put it on your own. You can brand it with your own logo, whatever you want to do. But you're going to have to do a little bit more work to close some of these people. So if we take this example and you could go back and give somebody a $300 discount on their payment for the first year, I mean, I think they're going to be pretty happy with that. You know, the reality of it is most of these people are probably going to have the opportunity to refi within 12 to 36 months. You're probably going to see the rates come rolling back down, you know? You can show them that with the data, you know? I did this example based on 225 because that's kind of close to like, I think it's a little lower than our average sales price. It's still shooting up pretty good. But here's one at 450. You get a 591 discount in your payment for the first year, and the second year it's $300 less.
So I assume you're qualifying them based off the 3 to 30, not.
The qualification for a buy down is always off the fully amortized rate, so that higher rate. And I just put these rates on here for like example purposes. You know, you're gonna have different people qualifying at different rates. Couple things to know. It's owner occupied and second home only, gotta be a single family detached, FHA, conventional, VA, you can do this. Okay, you get into some of those weird bond programs, they don't really offer this kind of thing. USDA, it's not an option. Investment properties, they don't allow it. Fannie and Freddie don't allow it. You're talking to your seller, you want to do a price reduction, maybe do a price reduction for $1 so everybody gets an email and put commentary in the agent remarks about offering a seller paid buy down to compensate. You know what I mean? And then you can go back to everybody who toured the house over the course of the last 30 days and say, hey, look, we have an option for you here. You know, we're willing to pay a buy down where they're going to get a 2% lower rate for the first year, 1% lower rate for the second year. You know, but you're going to have to do some selling. I mean, I think that's the reality. I mean, you're going to have to talk people through things. I call it pencil selling, where you're sitting at a table with them. Maybe you're meeting over the kitchen island and you're just kind of laying this out. I'm going to give everybody a flyer with this information, but I'll also put this stuff on the Facebook page just so you guys have access to it. And if you guys want to take a deeper dive, text me. If you want to grab lunch, I can sit down and talk to you about how it can be specific to your situation or like scenarios you have. Just shoot me a text. I'm happy to pay for lunch and, we can sit and chat about it. You know what I
Now
mean?
everyone's hitting you up.
Yeah, text me right now. Come and grab lunch. Totally go with it.
Andrew, no prepayment penalty?
No, and here's the best part about this, because they're just prepaying the amount, right? of interest. So if you look at this, right, the actual mathematics on this, if you're totaling up what the subsidy is for this 12 months and this 12 months, that's all it is. You're just prepaying it, putting it into an account. But you know how people think. It's all about what it is, right? It's mental for 90% of these people. So when you pay this loan off, if they don't use all the buy down money, they prorate it back to them, off the payroll. So if you refi in 18 months and you still got $3,000 left of buy down money that you didn't use to pay, this second year at the 6.5 rate, you're getting it back.
And they may have gotten it in sellers.
If you pay in discount, right? If you buy your rate down, if you pay discount points and physically buy your rate down, who the hell, who's paying discount points right now? You're pretty much, it's a given that you're probably gonna refi. You know what I mean? It's just a thing of what. Some loans are necessitating discount points just because of how screwed up the market is. If we talk about the secondary market, where loans are bought and sold in the secondary market, lenders are scared as shit to buy big portfolios of loans right now because they know rates are coming down. They know people are going to refi. You know what I mean? They know it. So you'll see a lot of these investment property loans where people have to pay points on them to get them right now. It's just because there's literally no appetite for it on the secondary market. There's none. So again, if you guys have questions, happy to help.
Thanks, Andrew.
I'm gonna one out them. I'm not gonna offer you free lunch someday. I'm gonna offer it today, okay? All right, I want everyone do me a favor, stand up for 10 seconds, stretch. You've been sitting for a while. I was gonna have you grab lunch before, but Ryan was afraid that if I did that, half you wouldn't come back. So come on, stretch. Get out of your system. All right, and you promised me over the next 3 hours. I'm just kidding. So perfect. So my name's Josh Bacon. Thank you for having me out here today. I made the nice sunny drive from Harrisburg, not too far away. With me is Michael. So Michael's background was he played for the Kansas City Chiefs and also for the Falcons as fullback. So if you want everyone to hear some good stories about how Ray Lewis rung his bell or some other ones about Tom Brady, he's got some good stories out there. He's been one of my advisors on my team for now the past 2 years, going on 3. And so a little bit about me, I want to apologize in advance. I'm a very confident person. We're going to talk very quickly today about a few relevant subjects that even if you never see me again, hopefully you can take something with you. In your terminology, right, sort of laying a groundwork of who is this strange, tall guy standing in front of you. You have different award systems, right? And here everyone knows what platinum and double platinum and triple platinum mean when it comes to Keller Williams awards and sales company, right? So I was considered a triple platinum financial advisor. So I had a team of 6. We are on track to manage $1 billion of assets by the time that I'm 40 years old. The average financial advisor retires with 58 million of assets. How is that? Is it because I have some magic sauce? Well, I think in essence, in a little way I do. 1, it comes down to education. 2, it comes down that I'm weird. Why am I weird? I love real estate. I promise you, I'll owe you $100 if you can find one. Find another financial advisor that actively recommends real estate to clients, who loves it, who preaches it, who owns it, and who says, you know what, let's take some of your money from your investments, let's buy real estate with it. Why doesn't that happen? Well, very simply put, financial advisors like myself, there's nothing wrong with it, get paid for charging a fee against managing money. Now, with that fee, we're hoping to do a good job to manage the money and also help in some other areas, such as tax efficiency or planning or analysis, which everything there is awesome. Right? Our claim to fame is we try to do better for our clients than what the benchmark does. So if someone's down 25, we're glad that we're only down 15 this year. But I believe in real estate. I'm 32 years old. Actually, shoot, today's my birthday. So I'm 33 now. I'm 33 now. And for myself, I don't say it's a boast, but I have a $16 million real estate portfolio. I understand leverage. I understand BRR. I understand how all these things can come together so people can use OPM, other people's money, so that way they can buy homes. I personally sponsored some real estate agents' house buys because how much commission that I made them on different sales. And I'm proud of that because I think that a rising tide lifts all ships. So what I wanted to do was take a few minutes before you guys grab lunch and just lay a groundwork of a couple different ideas that you can take with you. So I don't know what we have put together for the presentation, but let's just hit that error button. All right, so there's just details about me while I start talking. So 1, we've already established, just like real estate agents, not all financial advisors are created equal. When it comes to the advice you give, you need to take a look to see who's offering it, right? Is the person that you're asking to do surgery a nurse or are they a surgeon that's board certified? Well, it's common sense. Well, I want to work with the person that has the most experience. I want to work with the person that knows what they're doing. 99% of financial advisors out there are junk. Why I say is they're not junk, but the advice they are is because they're not something. They are not this key word called a fiduciary. A fiduciary is someone who has legal responsibility to put their clients first in each and every aspect, similar to an attorney. Financial advisors are not allowed to be fiduciaries if they typically work for banks, if they don't sign a fiduciary contract. And typically what that means then is they're putting their clients in things that their bosses told them to sell. Now, those might be great things, but if someone needs help with 10 things and they only focus on the 2 that make the money, that leaves you with 8 out of the 10 answers
unanswered, right? Questions unanswered. So this is just a picture of a few of my team members. It's not just me. This is something you have in front of you. So what I wanted to talk about was those basic things that a school that has multiple legs is stronger. A team that has multiple players has a better chance of going to the playoffs. We believe in an integrated approach of investments, tax shelters, and real estate that can help clients propel themselves forward. Simply put, we don't have pensions. It used to be back in the old days that you work hard at a job and you know what, you worked there for 30 years, you retire with 10,000 a month and that's solved. Instead, guess what you have? You have a 401k that we just heard that went down 25%. How do you plan on income in a world that you have to develop your own income streams? And one of those things is real estate. Real estate, what I do is I counsel my clients, educate my clients about what are the different types of real estate that are out there. What's the difference between commercial? What's the difference between short-term rentals, which I have 3 beach homes, right? Can't afford any of them on my own, but I have people staying there, making this, bills are here. Why does that make sense for people? Especially if you're like, you know what? I already like to vacation this spot. Where do you like? Oh, I love Vail. Okay. How many times do you go? I go twice a year. How much do you pay? All right, what if you can make the stay in Vail free? What if you can make the stay in Outer Banks free and have other people build an asset for you? So by the time that you retire, you're making $150,000 a year, a sustainable income. Why do I love real estate? Because real estate has 2 components. You know this too. You have the value of the property and you have the potential yield. If one falls like it did in 2008, that doesn't necessarily concern me, since guess what? They don't have to sell their house. Just because I'm offering your client $500,000 for $1 million house doesn't mean they have to take it. They can just wait me out. And sure enough, if they waited and were patient, that $500,000 value, that zestimate, right? Which is a dirty word. So if that zestimate says worth 500, eventually guess what? They can sell it for $1 million again. But if that $1 million house that they paid for is making them $100,000 a year because it's rented in Gettysburg, it's rented in the Poconos, it's rented outside of New York City, heck, it's rented in New York, right? There's a possibility that the income derived from that is really the goal, not necessarily the appraised value. When interest rates go up, that doesn't scare me. It shouldn't scare you too. Oh my gosh, well, what if I sell less houses? Well, it's going to require you to get more creative. It's going to require us to educate our clients saying, listen, we now have price sensitivity. Before, who was the boss? It was the seller. Now we have an opportunity to say, listen, that house you're trying to sell for 1.2, we'd like to offer $1 million. Are they going to take it? I don't know. But there's a higher chance that they're going to take it now versus January of this year. Does that make sense? So our approach is taking a look and saying, let's throw away the old model of give me $1 million, I'll invest it, I'll charge a 1% fee, and let's stick 40% in this thing called fixed income. Fixed income are bonds. The bond market is 4 times as big as the stock market, but here's the crazy thing. Bonds are negative 10% year to date. Something that is supposed to be safe is negative. And stocks and equity, 60%, well, that's negative 20, 30, 40. I'm looking at a portfolio tomorrow. The guy's lost millions, these triple leveraged ETFs. And instead, what if we understood and displaced the money from one account to another? What if we built up a strategy to say, listen, stocks aren't evil. Stocks aren't bad. There are good and bad. Real estate, there are good and bad. Insurance, that's a landmine field, right? There's good and bad. I'm a personal believer that, again, unless the person who's selling you investments, insurance, if they're not a fiduciary, then they're allowed to put themselves first. We have a type of life insurance policy that the cash value breaks even at year 1. Do you know how much it pays? 3% commission. There's another type of policy that breaks even at year 10 that most people try to sell. That commission is 100%. Why do financial advisors try to sell one versus another? I wonder. It's because they're trying to put themselves first. It's because hopefully they don't know the difference. And as they learn more, you see these financial advisors that keep jumping around because they haven't found the Keller Williams model yet. They haven't found a place like you guys have to call yourself home and say, listen, I'm an environment that allows me to work for the best interests of the people that I'm trying to serve. So there's a couple different strategies that we employ. A lot of our clients have different buckets of money. We have the first base, the second base, and you know what? Let's go for it. We have the home run dollars. The safer strategies we have are cash value life insurance, taxable municipal bonds. Most people don't know this, but people who are needing money for taxes, they're like, Josh, I have 200 grand or 100 grand set aside for taxes. Why do you have that? I can put you in a treasury 6-month bill that's currently paying 4.2%. So that means 6 months when it expires, you get your money back that we need for tax time. Plus, we make 4% on money that you would have set aside anyways. Cash value life insurance. If you use the right company with the right build, it could be really advantageous. One of the reasons for that is the tax deferred nature. Imagine if you had the option to make 10% less money. But if you made 10% less money, all of your income is tax-free. Would you take that deal? Would you say all day long, right? Taxes hurt. The first time I paid over 100 grand in taxes, I swear I had a tear just go down my cheek. And I'm sure you do too. Now, we love to work with our business owner clients, our real estate agent clients and say, hey, listen, whenever you're successful, whenever, it's not a question of if, it's when, right? As you make 300,000, how much do you put aside for the future? Where does it need to be in different strategies? How do you incorporate and protect yourself? And should you work with a CPA and do bookkeeping and this thing called an S election? And why is that important? All that sort of fun stuff that no one likes to focus on, right? It's like doing leg day at the gym. Or diversified growth. There's different strategies, and this is where most financial advisors stop. They say, hey, listen, let me just help you with this, and we'll stick $1 million in stocks and call it a day. And they don't focus on the higher risk and the liquid stuff. Why would I recommend someone who already wants to buy a beach house and we've identified the property? Why would I recommend that even with higher interest rates that we consider financing? It's very simple. If you have $1 million beach house, which makes $100,000 a year. So bear with me, I'm a math there. My undergraduate degree is in mathematics. That is a 10% return. Now I'm simplifying it. $100,000 yield, $1 million asset, you're making 10% ROI. Well, I'm going to convince my client now commercial rates, and this is where it gets fun for you guys, because you know what? Someone might want to buy a beach house in the Poconos. You're licensed in Pennsylvania. Interest rates are high, secondary rates are high, but you know what? There's commercial rates right now through different banks that are still at 5.5%, 25-year amortization, 10-year fixed. Wow, that could be an option. All they need to see is something called a pro forma or rental history, but neither here nor there. So if I take $200,000 and I finance $800,000, that same beach house. So I own the same house, we're next door neighbors to each other. Well, what is my return? Is my return on initial investment, remember I put in $200,000. If I'm at a 5% interest rate, that means I'm paying $40,000 a year of simple interest. So you're making 100 grand. I'm not making 100 because I have to pay my carrying cost. I'm making 60. 60,000 divided by 200,000 means my ROI is 30% versus yours is 10. That's why I like my clients to understand how numbers could work. When they're running scared and they're saying, oh my gosh, well, I wanted to get this bigger house, but I can't afford it because I want to pay cash for something. I should only afford the $300,000 house. You should be able to look your clients in the eyes and say, listen, that house doesn't fit your needs. Higher interest rates don't scare us because we always have the possibility that as quickly as rates went up, when inflation comes back down, guess what the Federal Reserve can do? They can lower them. We can do a refinance at that point. Instead, is it more appropriate to have something that you really enjoy and that fits your needs versus having to move and pay all those extra closing costs and title insurance, all that sort of stuff down the road? So, just like, the Olympics, right? There's certain things, I'm smiling here because, certain strategies are better than others, right? Usain Bolt, everyone knows who he is, right? World's fastest man alive. I love this picture of him where he's running and he's looking back laughing. Have you ever seen that picture? That's what it's like when I tell people that gold isn't close. Gold is Usain Bolt versus the rest of the pack. There are certain strategies that do better than others, right? Overfunded life insurance, the right type of real estate, HSAs, Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks. Why? Because it's like I said before, you take the hit up front and then you get some really cool tax benefits in the back end. So we could talk about taxes all day long. There's a really cool thing with taxes called a dealership status versus a qualified investor, right? So we know those differences. Are you aware of those? Long story short, I'm able to take the income I make over here from my finance firm. I'm able to use the losses on the commercial building that I bought. I'm able to offset those. So to the government, I'm not going to show any income this year. So my tax bill just went from this to this. And those are things that as people you meet with in your scenario, they work with financial advisors that have a one-dimensional focus. And there's again nothing wrong, but they could be the most amazing person in the world. But they just focus on investments. They don't focus on, well, what about this strategy? Have you learned about what is gold status versus silver? Right? What are things that you could be doing yourselves to try to allow you to have the future that you envision? So this is a little thing in addition to that little one. It's just, I love to talk about this because I love to travel with my wife. We go to, we went to Spain and France and Ireland this year, and we're going to start to have kids here soon. So that probably is going to slow down, right? But whenever you're doing a short flight and there's a tailwind, you get there 5 minutes faster. That's not a big deal. And if there's a headwind and you get there 5 minutes slower, you're still not that grumpy. But if you are flying a long flight all the way to Greece, and all of a sudden that headwind slows you down by 2 hours, you're getting off that plane a little cranky, right? Know it from experience. That guy sneezed in my face on the way to Greece and I woke up sick the next day. So had a headwind and had it. But going back, right? If you have that tailwind, you get there 2 hours sooner. How much better do you feel? That's the relationship. It's not just about how much you make, it's how much you keep. And that's the focus that a lot of advisors are missing. Right? So I don't know what else we have, but I sort of want to cut things off here. And give you a chance. How are we doing on time, guys? You guys starving to death? You hate me already?
Yeah.
So thumbs up, yes. But I'd love to open up for some questions and then get you off, eat some pizza. Hopefully it's not too cold at this point, right? But what are some questions you have for me? I'm an open book. And really to ask is, what we like to do is just pass around for compliance sake. We need to know who's here, contact information. And you know what? If you'd like us to reach out to you and say, hey, Josh, I'd like to talk to you or one of your team members about, I need help with just budgeting. I need help with figuring out, how do I improve the performance on my portfolio? A lot of people are down 25% or more. We're down 15. What are we doing different? Right? So there's a whole host of things that we can talk about. But I'd love to just answer any question you have about anything that's urgent, anything that you're like, hey, I had some ideas. What's happening in the market? What's happening in the bonds?
I just have a question. What's it look like? So we have a financial advisor. We have a lot of things you had on the bronze, silver, and gold. What's it look like when somebody wants to make a switch? From their old financial advisor to you guys? How's that process look?
So we're something a little bit different. We're what's called a fee-only model, which means that we charge a fee to build a plan for someone. So there's two different models of building homes, right? You can put someone in something that hopefully works best for them, or you can help them build their dream. So what I do is I'm an architect. We build plans for people that are independent if they want to move with us or not. We have a building company. So if they want to build with us, they can, but there's not necessary. So a lot of times, what we do is we're hired by people to do second looks and teach them about everything from A to Z. So whenever someone comes to us and they already have a financial advisor, it's less about, hey, let's show you why we're better. Instead, we actually sign a contract that state everything we're gonna go over is in your best interest, is legally binding, that it's not going to be slanted saying, hey, this is bad, what you're doing, ours is better. That's not the conversation. It's about educating what you have going on. What are better strategies out there, and there are any inefficiencies that you could take care of yourself with your current guy, or does it make sense for you to switch to us or something else? Yeah.
When you started off, so if you have a financial planner now, what questions would you ask to know if they're a fiduciary?
The first step is see if they have a designation called a certified financial planner, CFP. If they're CFP, they have to be held to fiduciary level standards, at least when it comes to investments. So that takes care of 50%. The next thing is you have to ask them if they'd be willing to sign a contract that everything that you're about to implement with them is already built base for you. It's almost, this is crazy, but the financial services industry, we know how much realtors make. But imagine, most people have no idea how much financial advisors make. It's almost like me trying to sell you a home, sign a contract with a 12% commission. You'd be like, well, of course, like that's crazy. That happens in the financial services industry, right? Well, why is that? Is it because they're evil? Absolutely not. It's because they work at a bank most of the time, and that bank has a boss, and those bosses need to make profit for the shareholder, which is a different model versus us, which means we're just trying to make enough to make sure the lights stay on. So the biggest thing is CFP. Are they willing to sign a fiduciary contract?
Does that range per team? Like if you're already at Northwest, I saw you're in Northwestern Mutual.
Yes.
Does everyone that work there have to be CFP?
No. that's the
Okay,
thing.
so even if I haven't gone through
Yep,
that.
so out of Northwestern, there's only 80 of us that are fiduciaries out of over 9,000 financial
Okay,
advisors.
so it's not necessarily the company either.
No, it's not the company. So you can have a really good car, right, at a different brand, right? Like, so for instance, you can have an Audi, right? Try to fit me an Audi Q3, which is that smallest SUV possible. It's not gonna be the right fit. You have an Audi, that's a great car, and then like a RS8 or R8, it's super nice, and you also have one that's the Q3. So just because someone's at Northwestern, which has great product, it doesn't mean that they're not building you out the turbocharger. Because I could easily, if I wanted to, and if I wasn't a fiduciary, I could build some contracts on investment insurance that were a little bit heavier on the commission side, which benefited me. But we strip all that out.
Are you gonna hang around a little bit?
Yep, I'll say hang around. Thanks for coming, guys.
Can you say happy birthday?
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Does anybody else want to ask our business card? Charlie, is that gonna get to do so?
Oh, me. I gotta take whatever I can get.
Well, just-
Not really.
Just like.
Okay, so next month, we're gonna talk about culture. We're also planning to bring in a CPA as y'all get ready to pay the taxes. If you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm here every morning drinking my coffee at 8:30 in the morning, so you can find me in the kitchen. It's a great time to come in and talk to me about anything you have going on, anything that you need. If you want a script or role play, I told you I'm here to support you. So you'll find me there most days. And then we have a lot to celebrate. You have a new team leader, you have a new ALP coming on board. We've had first time for Debbie and Paola on the board. Colby and Neil took 2 top spots. And we had a very special individual who got married this month. All of your commissions and all of your paychecks did run away and get married. And we're very excited that she's back. We talked about you here, not gonna lie. But we wanted to say congratulations. So can I get somebody to pop some champagne for me? And we have cupcakes and cookies, and Jen, we have a couple presents for you. This is since you ran away, we brought in cake topper. So you can save it for the traditional, eat it on your 1-year anniversary or not. And a little bouquet.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Jen! Yeah!
You have a new last name? Not yet, anyway.
All right, guys, we're done.
We gotta do drama first.
Oh, sorry, Charlie. Forgot to reset.
Hey, homeboy over there popping.
Will you do the honors and your first one? Michelle. Right up there. Second chief gift card. Oh, Nicole. Yep. Yay.
Oh, one.
And this one is for the transaction fee. Alberto.
I won.
Yeah, I'm gonna back to you.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Why did you get?
This is for your $80 monthly fee.
I look.
Fine.
Driver's license.
Martha.
Yeah, Martha.
Sorry.
All right, everyone go eat.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any?
Yeah, I'll just reach out to Aaron. One way or the other. Thank you.
That's all I think I was back to. I got his one there. I didn't know. Okay.